But speaking the truth for me, bro, is it's not a hard thing to do.
Yeah, I see a lot of truth in you.
Yeah.
And were you supposed to box Canelo at some
Yeah.
point?
Yeah, 2000, that's why I spoke how I spoke on TMZ. Um, so Oscar De La Hoya said, Victor, 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 let's talk about it. At the time, I had gotten my first defeat against getting my jaw broken, right? I came back and I told Oscar, yo, man, this isn't fair, dude. Ah, Victor, 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 Victor. No, 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 bro. I said, you're gonna have Jose Lopez fight Canelo now? I said, what about me, dog? Victor, Victor, we all know that you'll beat him. You'll beat him. You'll beat him. But. It's always a but with him. I go, dang, bro, that's messed up, man. You didn't give me my rematch with Maidana. You didn't give me my rematch with Jose Lopez. And now you're not going to give me cinnamon rolls, aka Canelo? I said, man, bro. Victor, 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 you're gun shy. You're gun shy. I'm gun shy? After what I've done to you in sparring, I'm gun shy? They'll never talk about it. I slept this homie twice.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow, inspiring.
Yeah.
Best podcast in Long Beach, California. This is Tacos and Workouts.
What it is, what it is. Podcast. Yo, what it is with the best podcast in Long Beach, California. Man, I'm so excited for today's guest. We have the champ, the man himself, Victor Ortiz. What's up, man?
Oh man, it's a pleasure and a privilege to be here, brother. Thank you for the invite. Thank you for having me. Um, just privileged, brother.
Damn, dude, I didn't tell you this, but I'm a huge fan, man. Huge fan, man. Uh,
You know what's crazy? The beautiful thing, bro. For me personally, I appreciate that. I really truly do. But I've always found myself to be a fan of somebody way bigger than me. That's Jesus, brother. And although I do appreciate that, I believe he would be the focus for all of us. Period. But thank you, bro.
most
Let's keep
def,
it going, bro.
most def, man. We're gonna talk about your boxing, man. You're back in action. You're jumping back into the ring. Bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah, it's actually interesting because it's not a ring this time. It's a triangle.
It's a
So
triangle.
yeah, which is a lot smaller. It's like a ring, but it's half of a ring. And I believe it works pretty solid with my style because as you know, I'm kind of a forward fighter. I don't pull the Mayweather thing where you have to wear track shoes to step in the ring. I don't do that. It's like, hey, we're here and we're gonna throw some hands. But yeah, it's different.
It's uh it's a lot smaller, right? So
Yes.
why bare knuckle boxing as opposed to regular boxing?
You know, bare knuckle boxing came, bro, and I'm not just saying this just to toot my horn, nothing like that. I was in prayer for 3 months, brother. I received a I received a deal, two different deals aside of this one. The first deal came from undisclosed people, corner of they supposedly repping the WBC X, Y, and Z, and the deal just wasn't for me. And it could be for people that are on the come up, maybe. Maybe even they wouldn't sign something like that. You sign your life away for in perpetuity. That's not a smart move. Not in my shoes, anyway. I have kids. I have a wife. I have a wife now. So
Congratulations.
thank you, brother. Um, so when it comes down to it, the next people that contacted me was an opposing, people that goes against BKB, and I just said, oh man, I'm not a bare knuckle fighter. But if you show me numbers, I may entertain this conversation. That took 3 weeks, 4 weeks tomorrow, next week, next week. So I said, God, what do you want me to do? If you want me to retire from boxing, tell me now. Make it crystal clear for me, Father, because I walk away from this game to honor your name and serve you for the rest of my life. No, no problem, hands down. But you have to make it very crystal clear for me to walk away. You have to, I don't read between the lines. I don't catch hints. No, Father God, talk to me. Let me know what you want me to do. Bro, I go to church that Sunday morning. And mind you, this is 2:42 in the morning. I'm in my two big boys' rooms, which is Royal and Malachi, my big boys, my sons. And I'm weeping, man. I'm like, I don't know where to go with this. Like, people who've had my back, from family to just the close ones to me, to people, just betrayals on top of betrayals, to just ugliness. I'm sitting there and I'm like, Father God, am I done? Am I finished? Be crystal clear with me, please. This is Sunday, bro. I get to church, man. Well, actually, I drifted into sleep. My wife wakes me up. She says, "Babe, we're gonna be late to church." Oh my gosh, it's already. I drifted into sleep, I guess. I went, brushed my teeth, washed my face. Boom, we take off. We get to church. There was an amazing pastor named Pastor Bernie from Chino, and his sermon was all about boxing. I've never talked to this man. I never even heard or talked to the man. Period. Let alone did I know the sermon was going to be over faith. When you wrestle with your faith, believe, don't believe. But then when I said, God, be crystal clear with me, I don't read between the lines. And sure enough, the first thing that Pastor Bernie says was, everybody has a chance, or everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. That is none other than Iron Mike Tyson. I said, oh my goodness. Whoa, 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 wait, what? So I'm paying attention, and he talks about how he had a dream, a vivid dream that God gave him, where he's struggling with his faith. No matter what he does, he keeps going forward, and then he gets hit, and then he goes back, and then he can't seem to keep going. He can't seem to keep going at all. He said that toward the middle of the fight, he gets rocked and dropped. I've been there before, bro. But by this point in time, his eyes are ripped open and he's bleeding. And I've been there too. So I'm sitting there and I'm just weeping, man. I'm listening to the sermon. And the next thing he says was, you know, it wasn't until I got up from being knocked down that I looked to the corner finally to see who's been giving me direction this whole time. It was Jesus giving me direction, who's been wiping the blood off of my eyes, my cuts, and wiping me and giving me water, were his angels. I was like, oh my goodness, whoa. And then the last of what he said for the name of the sermon was, don't quit, keep going. Bro, that was crystal clear, man.
Wow.
So next thing you know, I said, well, God, it's in your hands. I'm done with this opposing brand of to BKB. BKB wasn't even a thing yet. It was just nothing on the table. About 3 days go by, and it's happening in 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 days. It's just strange. But then you think about it, it's not. It's 3 is holy, holy, holy. 3 is completion. So 333. The third one, bro. Victor, is this Victor Ortiz? I said, who is this? Is this Victor Ortiz? It can be, but who is this? They're like, Victor, is this Victor? I'm like, well, like I said, it can be. Who is this? Is this Victor Ortiz or not? Well, it can be. Who is this? They won't tell me who it is.
And you don't want to tell them who you are.
Come on. I was like, so after the back and forth, finally, they're like, oh, this is so-and-so from BKB Boxing. BKB. And I said, what's BKB? Excuse my ignorance. He says, bare knuckle boxing. And I said, bro, this is Victor Ortiz. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
You got me. It's me.
I said, what's up? They go, man, dude, are you serious? I was like, what? How hard was that? You could have just said what it was for.
Yeah.
So then he goes, look, Victor, we're not here to toot your horn. We have deals laid out. We have pricing, blah, blah, blah. And I go, whoa, that was a solid prayer answered from Jesus Christ of Nazareth, bro, because the numbers were unmatchable. And I'm telling you, bro, I've seen some numbers, bro. Boxing, you know, I love boxing. And I was a boy, I didn't like boxing at all. I was a little fat guy and I enjoyed playing the piano. I was in choir for school. I got made fun of. I got beat up a lot. It's okay. But due to Bucky Ignacio Avila from Kansas, he showed me the reins. He showed me how to box the years that my mom and dad left me, you know. Glory to my dad, too. My dad made me box, too. I didn't want to. But anyway, so because of that, man, I took off with something to look forward to. But regardless of all that, man, I get this deal, bro. And I'm like, well, God, if it's for me, then we're here. We're present. I said, but it's bare knuckle, man. So and he gives me a very vivid vision. And I said, whoa, okay, I'm going to sign. The vision was Jesus carrying his cross to his crucifixion. Blistered up, battered up. And he tells me, if I can do this for you and for everybody, mijo, you're going to be just fine. I'll be by your side at all times. Bro, give me the pen. Sas.
Wow, that's amazing.
Bro, so here we are, man.
So for people that don't know what bare knuckle boxing is, tell them what it is.
Man, it's exactly what it sounds like, brother. I mean, can't make it any simpler than that. It's literally bare knuckle. I mean, the only thing that's gonna end up being covered is my wrists and maybe my thumbs. That's all. Other than that, it's all open. Everything is open.
There's no boxing glove,
No boxing
just
gloves.
wraps mainly.
Just the like I said, just the top right here. Nothing on your knuckles. It's just open. Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I went to my first match to go see a dear friend and a brother in Christ. His name's LT. LT was man. He he went in there and these guys are wow, man. They're animals, bro. We sat there and watched LT, myself, and Yori Gamboa, Yorkis Gamboa. We got to go see like all these fighters, and as we're watching these people, I'm like, dang, like you see a jab, boom, just snap and rip open. I'm like, okay, all right. Now I'm like, I'm in there just watching, like paying attention because I'm studying. And then you see the one, twos, boom, boom. And you see like a lip rip, a cracked head just open. And I'm like, okay. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, and just how crazy and quick it is,
yeah, it ain't no joke.
No.
Most of the fights and then knockout
Yeah.
most of them don't go into decision. They're all
Yeah.
pretty much done within the first two
That
rounds,
that
right?
night, that particular night was in Connecticut. Random, oddly enough, it was under the same roof where I became the WBC welterweight champion of the world, which was strange because I said I could have swore I've been here before. I'm pretty sure I have. I was like, was this not the MGM Grand? And they were like, no, no, it's not. It wasn't the MGM Grand. I was like, I'm pretty sure it was. They're like, no, no, no. I was like, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I've been hit a lot, bro, but I know I've seen this building before. And sure enough, they're like, nah, no, it was never MGM. I was like, I'm pretty sure it was. And sure enough, I ran into some people and then more people. And then I finally asked the directors of the whole place, hey, was this by chance the MGM Grand? Like in 2011? They're like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, one of the actual people that refed and one of the people that was in the ring with me that night was like, hey, Vic, does this place look familiar? I was like, it does. Why? He goes, this is where you became the WBC champion of the world. I go, I knew it. I knew it. I was like, man. I was like, I told my wife, I go, babe, come on, man. I know I get punched a lot, but I knew I remember this place. I said, she goes, yeah, you did say that. I was like, yeah, I mean, it was shocking though to go full circle around the world, the country, different gyms, this and that, boom, to end up right where I once fought in 2011, where I made history, bro. It's crazy.
Tell us about that night when you became champ.
Well, that night,
who'd you
well,
fight?
check this out. Let's rewind a little bit. I was in college. I had adopted my younger brother. I got him out of foster system and all that, and then of course I knew that he didn't have dad or mom like me. So I said, you know what? I have to do what's best for him and invest in him. Do what's right, at least a little, here and there. So I put him through high school, college, and I have two jobs at the time. I was working for construction and Red Bull, and my boss was Ray Chaparro. So what's up, Ray? And some of my boys from the we're still keep in touch, man. Some of my boys that we were coworkers with out there. Anyway, Ray gave me the time off. He says, "Hey Vic, just go out there and bring that belt home. You got this, brother." I go, "Thank you, bro. Appreciate it." Now I went to construction, my construction zone, and the construction zone said, "Hey, cabrón, si no ganas el cinto, don't even come back. You don't win the belt, don't even come back." I was like, "Ah, come on, bro." I was like, "Hey, thank you, bro. Échale con todo. You go get it." I was like, "Thank you, bro." So I get to my college campus and I went to go ask the deans and the principals. I need some time off. I know that we have a midterms coming up. I said if I could take the midterms now, it'd be great. Or when I come back upon arrival, even better. I said, but regardless, I'm gonna pass everything you give me. I said I know that. Like, well, do you know what the chances are of going out there and doing something so silly like that? And I said, I'm sorry, what are we talking about? You just said you're gonna go fight for the world championship. I was like, yes. Do you know what the statistics are? I was like, I don't care what the statistics are. I make my own. Oh, and you're cocky. No, I'm just confident. Wow. I was like, may I have the time off or not? They said it'd be best for you to go drop all your classes while I'm in college, bro. So you don't fail anything. I go, I had tears in my eyes and I said, okay, no problem. So due to the deans from Ventura, California, college, hey, I had to drop all my classes,
Oh,
and then I went off to go dispute for the championship. So I get to the arena, that particular arena. That's why I remembered it so well. I'm like looking around. I remember walking in through the tunnels of like toward the conference rooms and stuff, and they had like the I don't know nothing about betting, but whatever it was, I had zero chance of beating Andre Berto because he was A side. My whole career, for people who don't know, is it's been a lot of B side. B side meaning you don't got a chance, meaning you're not gonna make it, meaning you're counted out, bro. Like I don't care, man. I was with in top rank Bob Arum against Oscar de la Hoya, you know PBC, which is Al Heyman. A lot of these big companies, I was always B side, but it's okay. I never complain. Back in the day, it was, hey Vic, you got 3 days to get ready. What do you mean? Well, what I just said, I'm like, are you serious? 3 days? Well, you're trying to be a little B. I'm like, whoa, no, I got it. They'd be thinking I wasn't training, but I was out there doing work with, training with Freddie Roach, Manny Pacquiao, and all these big people. So I was always on point. I was always ready, but they didn't think I was, which was a shocker for a lot of people, man, and especially for those around me, man. They're like, Vic, this round you're probably gonna have to take a knee. I'm like, no, I'm not. What do you mean? Yeah, we have a deal. I was like, I don't care what your deal is, homie. I didn't come for that. I don't lay down, dog. You have to put me down, put me out. So I've made a lot of people angry on my come up because I wasn't supposed to make it. Especially being B side, bro. I was frowned upon a lot. And those people know who I'm talking about. But doesn't really matter.
wow, that's crazy.
Hmm.
That you had so much negative interactions with people like that.
It was interesting, brother. It was interesting, and you know, at this point in time, there's a lot of folks, and there's some very big trainers out there that they know what I'm talking about. I won't mention them. It's not worth it. Not worthy for me. But what I've experienced, it's been harsh, man. It's been ugly, but it's been beautiful because you get to see everything for what it is. Not the oh I love you because I got to see a lot of I love you and a snap of fingers. F that mother. And in the end, you grow up. For me, I become a dad. The best thing that I've done in my life to this point is one, become a Jesus Christ follower, a believer in the blood of the Lamb, bro. That was my turning point, man. And then being a father to my children, my little boys, bro, my three boys, Royal, Malachi, and Ezekiel. And now, bro, I was blessed with a wife, bro. I mean, come on, man. You come from foster homes, juvie, to according to the professors from college. Statistically speaking, do you know what that is? You're never gonna make it. Come on, bro. It's like B side my whole career. It's okay. Maybe they should make a movie called B side.
Yeah,
I don't know.
well, you've been in acting, man.
Yeah,
You were an actor. You started
yeah,
acting. You
brother.
came out of the Expendables 3, right?
Yes, brother. It was Expendables 3. Yeah, that was crazy, man. So check this out. So I fought an amazing fighter by the name of Jose Lopez, Josito Lopez. He's the Rocky of Riverside. And the Rocky of Riverside. We go at it, man. But he unfortunately for me, he broke my jaw in the fourth round. I was up on the cards, winning. But when they broke my jaw in the fourth round, I came back to the corner and I sat down, took a deep breath, and I go, "Para la pelea, stop the fight." What? Stop the fight. What do you mean? Para la pelea, stop the fight. What's wrong with you? I was like, my jaw's broken. I couldn't move it now. My jaw broken. Stop the fight. I was like, they didn't believe me. We put my mouthpiece back in. That was the fourth round. And I'm in so much pain, but I just remember putting my thumb under my jaw and I said, Father God, please allow me to just get through this fight. Keep me safe. Bro, I put boom, here we go. Seconds out, mouthpiece in, but mouthpiece is in. I'm like this. Boom, I go back in. I'm I'm putting the beating on the homie. And the bell rings again. I come back to the corner. I said, please stop the fight. Please stop the fight. I'm in a lot of pain. Like, I'm in a lot of pain. Victor, there's nothing wrong with you. I was like, I'm in a lot of pain. My jaw's been broken. Seconds out, mouthpiece in. I was fifth, sixth round, seventh round, eighth round. Stop the fight, please. I'm in a lot of pain. Eighth round, I'm coming in. I'm destroying this guy. Ninth round, I'm still destroying him. The difference is I've been broken since the fourth round. In that ninth round, bro, I'm holding my jaw. Wow, wow. I'm catching him with this one. Uppercut, hooks, jabs, jabs, uppercuts, hooks. And once in a while, when I have them open, I let this one rip. Wow, straight left. But I take it off so it hangs. This particular time, I went, boom. I hit him. Wow, he rocked. Uppercut rocked. I hit him with a straight left. Boom, and he's like, "Ugh." I thought he was going down. My jaw dropped, and he threw what do you call it? He threw a Hail Mary, bro. That Hail Mary goes, eyes closed, boom, hits me in my jaw. And the bell rings, ding, 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 ding. I just go, ah, ah. I stood in the middle of the ring and I looked at the ref. Oh, ref, stop the fight. Stop the fight, please. He goes, the ref was shocked. He said, you win the fight, champ. I go, I don't want the belt. I said, I need to go to the hospital. Please stop the fight. This dude couldn't even get to his corner. By the time he's making his way to the corner, he found his corner finally. By this point in time, I waved off the fight. So this dude is like wrecked. But then, boom, he holds up his hands. Oh, yeah. And everybody clowned me. Everybody bashed me, destroyed me, and talked nasty about me, man. That I'm a quitter, I'm a loser, I'm a POS, I'm this and that. But you know what? What the enemy meant for evil, God meant it for good, because after that fight, I end up in the locker room. Everyone who I arrived with, nobody in there. They all left me in the locker room. And there was one guy who came back, and that was two, Anthony Escobar and my brother in Christ, David Rodela. And hey, mijo, you all right? And he tried to pick up my jaw because it was hanging. I go, don't touch me, bro. Please don't touch me. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm in a lot of pain. Don't touch me. Everybody took off, man. And you know, Jesus said on the cross, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." And it's true. I was not mad. I was very heartbroken. I was very sad because I've only meant beautiful things toward people. But in this particular moment, people showed me who they were in that instance, and it hurt, bro. Because, like I said, man, I'll take off my shirt for anybody, bro. So here's the thing: I'm in there. Next thing you know, David helps me up, and he takes me. I have blood everywhere, so he takes me to the shower, turns it on. I go, I don't want to shower, bro. He goes, let's just get all the blood off you. I was like, all right. So he takes all the blood off of me. I come back and I sit down. Now they bring a gurney, and they bring this guy, a nurse guy, whatever you call it, paramedic, and he puts this brace around me, and I go, what are you doing? What are you doing? He goes, we just gotta put this brace on you. It's protocol. We're gonna take you in a gurney. I grab the thing, I threw it at him, and I go, get that off me, man. Put that on your mama. I didn't come in a gurney, and I'm not leaving in one. Well, I don't. Get away from me. So then, Anthony Escobar gives me my suit. I put on a suit, everything. Now I'm walking out of the arena through the tunnels. And I remember a great fighter that I fought some time ago. His coach grabbed his hand like this and he goes, "Yeah, this is the first mother effer to ever do that to you, you piece of," to me. As I'm walking out of the arena, that was Marcos Maidana. Marcos Maidana snatched his hand and he goes, "Get off me," tells that other guy. The hell away from me. Like he put him down and bashed him because of what he's doing to me and making fun of me in that moment. And I was like, "Hey, Marcos, gracias, campeón." So then I take off and they catch up to me from the ambulance. They said, "Look, Mr. Ortiz, we understand you don't want to leave in a ambulance, but if you leave and it's not in an ambulance, we will not insurance will not cover you." So I walk into the ambulance. I get in. Boom. They take me to the hospital in the ambulance. I actually asked the paramedic to sit down on the gurney so I could take care of him. So then we get to the hospital, and man, it was just that night from that hospital, the first hospital. They act like they didn't know who I was. They pretended to be just really rude, man. I'm broken, and I'm just my jaw's hanging. I'm in so much pain that I didn't want to be there at all. So I ended up going to a hospital called Cedar Sinai. So then from Cedar Sinai, I was there Saturday night, Sunday, Monday by myself, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I received a phone call. Hello? I'm wired shut now. I have two metal plates, 13 screws. Hello? Victor. Hey, just want to remind you, you forgot to pay us. Man, I started crying, bro. I said I didn't forget. You remember in the fourth round when I said my jaw was broken? There was nothing wrong with you, Victor. You gave up. You gave up. I said, yeah, I guess. Where you at? I said, well, you guys left me in the locker room. I had to go to the hospital. I've been in the hospital since Saturday night. What do you mean? Yeah, I was broken. I have two metal plates, 13 screws, and wires shut. What? Where are you? I just hung up. And they connected me to morphine. So it's so much pain that when I would feel it, I just inject and I was out. So I felt a presence of people staring at me like 3 hours after that phone call, maybe four. And I woke up to people looking at me, and it was that the coach, and he's like, he looked at this look in his face was of regret and shame, and just like how sorry he felt. And you know what? I felt it, but by this point in time, it's like you got to move on, man. Like God closes doors and opens new ones. So anyway, while I was in that bedroom at Cedar Sinai, I received a phone call, and it was from Mario Lopez, and Mario Lopez Slater, Saved by
Yeah.
the Bell. Yo, Mario, what's up, bro? He goes, man, hermano, you got a heart of a lion, bro. I go, yeah, it didn't help me this fight. He's like, nah, I'm proud of you, bro. I was like, thank you. What you doing? He's like, ah, nothing. Just, and I was thinking, Vic, you're gonna be out of commission for a little while. I was like, yeah, I know. What's the time schedule? I was like, I don't know, like a year and some change. He goes, yeah, man. You should think about Dancing with the Stars. And I go, yeah, you're crazy, bro. I can't dance. He's like, nah, Vic, just for publicity, and you never know, Vic. You might like it. And I go, I don't know, bro. I guess I can entertain it. Somehow I end up on Dancing with the Stars. Next thing you know, how the world works, it's crazy because Sylvester Stallone's wife is a avid fan of Dancing with the Stars, and she says, you need to watch this kid. He's a southpaw like you, and he's a boxer. So I guess Sylvester Stallone watched me on Dancing with the Stars. Next, hello, hey Victor, what you doing? I'm like, who's this? Long story short, man, he gave me an opportunity because of my broken jaw, an opportunity to go into this whole realm of being a movie uh, star or whatever you call it. It's crazy. So again, what the enemy meant for evil, God meant it for good because he opened another door, a beautiful door. I ended up doing a total of, I believe it was 16 movies. And then indie films and big movies. Two of the biggest were Expendables 3, um, Southpaw. Then I did a movie with Bruce Willis and Jason Momoa, which is Once Upon a Time in Venice. I'm a cholito, fool. I didn't even pull my socks up or nothing, dog.
How high were they?
They weren't that high. I don't think. Maybe they were ankle socks. That's how you know I was generic, dog. No, but I had some big old. They were all sagging, so you couldn't really tell.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
bro. So it's been a crazy roller coaster, brother. Really.
Oh, that's awesome,
Yeah.
man. It's from boxing to acting and now back to boxing. But
But the beautiful thing though, like I'm telling you, bro, like it's just my lifestyle, bro, is just one of many boxers and just fighters and just people in general, bro. Everybody goes through something, bro. Like you could be looking at somebody have a judgment, but bro, you don't know what they're going through, man. There's a scripture that says, before you help your brother with a log out of his eye, take the sty out of your eye, right? And it's like, whoa, it's true. Like we got to take the log out of our own eye to take the blank out of yours. You know
Mm.
what I mean? Because sometimes we have so much to throw at somebody, but we're not looking at ourselves.
Yeah, for sure.
So at the end of the day, bro, I mean, hey, I've been through a lot. People say a lot of things about me, good, bad. In the end, like you learn to just brush it off, man. Because I have kids, bro. I have my three sons, man. I don't want them to look up to somebody that is not worthy of something nice.
Yeah.
Respect is big, bro. Love, fruits of the spirit, man.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Tell us more about your opponent that you're gonna be facing.
You know what? My opponent. I mean, I won't even call him an opponent. I'll call him a champion. He's been in there with the greatest of the greats. Vicente Escobedo. You fought Vicente Escobedo, and that's a 2004 Olympian. For the 2000 in Athens, and man, to share a ring with somebody like that was the next Golden Boy. That was the next Oscar de la Hoya. From East LA, and I just feel that this gentleman is in there to prove something to me, and just like I am to him. Ultimately, realistically, I'm here to prove to myself and to God, to Jesus, that I'm still here. I haven't missed a beat. People were like, "Oh, so TMZ said, oh, Victor Ortiz, so we're here. We know that you retired. Whoa, time out, time out, time out. Let's rewind that little statement for a second. Victor Ortiz, you retired. No, no, no. Let's get it straight and factual. You guys retired me. I never said, oh, I'm gonna retire. No, you guys retired me with your social media, with your news outlets, X, Y, and Z. But it's okay. I said, I'm here. And this is another opportunity that God has been merciful enough to give me. So I'm here once again, and I'm not disappointing myself. I'm not here to do any of that. I'm ready.
I'm glad you brought TMZ because you kind of went a little viral on TMZ.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. It came out a lot on my feed, and I saw that you kind of called out Canelo, right?
Oh, you know what? Let's rewind this situation. Why, right? Back in 2011, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I called for Canelo. I went to Oscar de la Hoya's office, and Oscar would not give me an opportunity. Never to bash on anyone. Oh, he's the greatest Mexican superstar. I agree to disagree. Um, Not here to bash anybody, but you want to speak boxing with me one on one? Let's do it. I highly doubt you know what I know. Um, which same thing as yesterday. A young man says, "Victor, first of all, I've never seen this guy fight before you on UFC, Ilya, whatever, and I don't know him. I don't know anything of him. I don't watch the sport. It's not what I do. Nowadays, I'm working a little here and there to do some grappling and X, Y, and Z because of the new fight game. But they asked me, what do you think? He's the greatest striker, this and that, boxing. I watched a couple of clips. I said, he's no good. What do you mean? They got into a huge argument with me. I've never seen the guy fight, but I saw him shadow boxing. I saw him hitting the bag. Sorry, I'm not impressed at all. Like, why you got to be bash on me? Like, dude, you asked me for an opinion,
Yeah.
question. I give you mine back. No good. I didn't watch the fight. I didn't watch any of it because it's not my thing. It's not somebody I'm gonna study. And then sure enough, I guess he got beat last night. I don't know. But I was I saw some reels this morning where the dude had a funeral for the guy that he fought. I think it's like Justin Cathashi or something like that.
Oh, Justin Gaethje.
That one. What is it?
Justin Gaethje.
Gaethje, my bad, bro. Sorry, yeah. Justin Gaethje or whatever. And then that he put the spanking on him. But I'm just saying, like, I didn't watch any of it, but I just saw that the ugliness that came with that, like having a funeral for somebody beforehand, that was ugly, man. I don't know. As a believer in Christ Jesus, I just found that very ugly. I mean, to each his own, but that's not of God, man. But then we go back to what we were saying, like, I stay in my lane, bro. I told my three boys, well, my two because they understand now, they're big enough. 2 days ago, with my wife, I said, Royal, Malachi, you guys always argue with each other. Do you know what we're on right now? They go, yeah, Daddy, we're on the road. Okay. But what are these called? Lanes, Dad. I said, what happens if I go over here in this guy's lane? You'll hit somebody, Daddy. Okay. Exactly. I said, well, Daddy's asking you and you to stay in your lanes. You guys seem to argue a lot over everything. Who's drinking what? You drank too much. Stop. Stay in your lane. Okay? Okay, Dad. Good. So, like, did it make sense to them? Probably not. I don't know. But I used metaphorically the road in front of me and just trying to discipline the boys a little bit,
Yeah.
because Daddy's where they're gonna get it from. So anyway, yeah, bro, it's been a crazy, crazy time with this whole boxing thing and how people try to twist and manipulate certain situations. Like, TMZ. I have nothing but love and respect for everybody, but speaking the truth for me, bro, is it's not a hard thing to do.
Yeah, I see a lot of truth in you.
Yeah,
And were you supposed to box Canelo at some
yeah,
point?
yeah. 2000. That's why I spoke how I spoke on TMZ. Um, so Oscar De La Hoya said, Victor, 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 let's talk about it. Talk about what? I said, I'm just here for one thing, Oscar. I had my Red Bull van. I left my Red Bull van parked in the red zone in downtown LA with my lights on. I left my cell phone in Thousand Oaks in the cooler so I wouldn't get in trouble. I was on GPS. Sorry, guys. My bad. This is many years ago now. So anyway, I'm out there, I'm hustling, bro. I'm making a living for my brother, and paying my rent, trying to make a living. And at the time, I had gotten my first defeat against, getting my jaw broken, right? I came back and I told Oscar, yo, man, this isn't fair, dude. Ah, Victor, 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 Victor. Nah, 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 bro. I said, you're going to have Jose Lopez fight Canelo now? I said, what about me, dog? Victor, Victor, we all know that you'll beat him. You'll beat him. You'll beat him. But. It's always a but with him. I go, dang, bro, that's messed up, man. You didn't give me my rematch with Maidana. You didn't give me my rematch with Jose Lopez. And now you're not going to give me cinnamon rolls, aka Canelo? I said, man, bro. Victor, 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 you're gun shy. You're gun shy. I'm gun shy? After what I've done to you in sparring, I'm gun shy? They'll never talk about it. I slept this homie twice.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Wow, in sparring.
yeah. Big Bear. I don't like Big Bear. If we're gonna go snowboarding, let's do it. But if it's not, nah, not my thing. He remembers they made me a corrido a couple weeks ago. Pascal Morales made me a corrido. The corrido states in Spanish, um, con los que he peleado, no se olvidan mis puños. They haven't forgot my hands. I'm sure that's one of them. You probably hear the name Victor Ortiz and it's like, nah, but you know what? Never to talk bad, bro. The realistic factor of it all, man, is just this game has been brutal, bro. And it's not honest, bro. I say it how it is, bro. Whether you like me or not. I believe that's probably why Hollywood in the end it wasn't for me, man.
But that door's not closed. I mean, you
Nah,
could go back to it whenever you're, because
yeah,
we we you said we started talking, and then you said something, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're an actor, and you said because of your movie, because you're like, oh, they could make a movie of my life, and
yeah.
I hope they do, man, make a movie of your life.
There's been talks about that in the past, bro. The problem is it's hard to find honest people, man. And if you're not a Christian, if you're not of God, it says in the Bible, do not be yoked with the unyoked, equally yoked with the unyoked. Meaning, if you have nothing in common with these people, like walk away, man.
Yeah,
And you know what? I'd rather leave money on the table. I'd rather leave it there to prevent myself from anything ugly, Um, or is that I'd rather be applauded for my realness than my fakeness. And I mean, I'm no one better than anyone, bro. I'm not nothing above anyone, bro. A little while ago, I was at a restaurant called Norm's.
yeah, I know Norms.
Yeah, I was at Norm's, and man, the kitchen, the people, Ortiz, hey, cómo está, and everybody, bro. Like my lady's like, I knew that was gonna happen, so I went to the car. She was at the car. She was in the front playing with those little games, trying to get like the little
The claw
machine.
machines.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little claw machine. And I went out there. I was like, oh my goodness, that's funny. But like everybody, bro, like, hey, you got to treat everybody loving, respectfully. You know, the Bible says in Matthew 5:5, the meek and humble shall inherit the earth, bro. So, hey, man, I'm no one above anyone, brother. And when I thought I was something, best believe God humbled me, bro. So I'm again, brother. I'm the kitchen guy was like, oh, Señor, first of all, Señor Victor, gracias. And I go, no, 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 no. Al contrario, a usted, gracias. You know, it's on the contrary, bro. Like, hey, let's call a spade, man. You're the one that's working, bro. So thank you. You know, and I'm, bro, again, man. I've seen a lot, bro. At the top, I thought it was nice. I thought it was beautiful, but I was a very blind young man because when you come from a background like mine, you know, you don't have anything, and then in a snap of fingers, like you have the world at your hands. It was a lot, bro. And then for me, like one big distinct difference between Canelo and I is that Saul has a family. Saul has people who care for him. Saul has a backing. I didn't. I do now. Glory be to God. My team is faith based, bro. My team is all with Jesus and God, bro. And if you're not, we don't need you here, bro. There's a guy I got rid of some months ago because he claimed, oh, there's a scripture that says, oh, Lord, Lord, but did I not prophesy in your name? And did I not cast out demons in your name? Jesus looks at him and says, away from me, I never knew you. Right? So, with that being said, there was one that was standing there. It was like a Judaist, bro. I was like, get away from me, bro. And then, sure enough, I was right because when I let him go, there's rumors saying, oh, ha 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 ha. These people came up to me. You know what's funny, bro? And I'm like, what's up, bro? They're like that you fired this so and so person because Jesus told you to. I go, you can call it that if you want. It was very different, very inaccurate. But hey, whatever floats your boat, bro. I'm not gonna bash you. I just gotta be obedient. I gotta stay in my grind. I gotta stay in my word and nothing more or less, man. You know? And like I said, bro, it's this chapter is for my children, bro, and Jesus Christ, bro. And if not, hey, that's cool. But we're here.
No, it seems like you have a lot of things going on for you. You're gonna have your bare knuckle boxing, right? And you know what? I'm excited to see that fight. And it's gonna be right here in Los Angeles at the
Yeah, my brother
Novo.
at the Novo, yes, sir. Gotta get your tickets. Everybody out there, get your tickets at bkbtickets.com, man. Click under Victor Ortiz. Nah, but yeah, bro, it's I'm very blessed, bro. Realistically, man, because I'll tell you one thing. The song that is produced by Pascal, there has a reference in there. It says everyone who was on my boat, all the rats that were on my boat, when my boat hit and started sinking, they all jumped out. When they jumped out into the sewer, right? That goes to a lot of folks, and they know who it is. Cause
Yeah, the boxing game is real dirty. Like both inside the ring and outside the ring, man.
oh yeah, man.
And I think that one of the nastiest, most dirtiest thing I've ever seen in boxing is with Floyd Mayweather sucker punched you and
Oh
ended that
man,
fight.
that's nasty. But that's just one of the things. Check this out. So 2 years ago, I got a phone call. I was in shape, you know. I was training regularly, and they called me. Hey Victor, would you fight Floyd Mayweather? And I said, absolutely. I said, it's what 13 years ago we fought. I was like, I'm well owed and well due that rematch. Yes. So they took me down to Mexico City, but it was an exhibition, right? So I get down to Mexico City, bro. You could probably see this on YouTube. So I'm down in Mexico City, and the contract says that I have to be at my press conference at 12 in the afternoon. And you know about contracts. You breach a contract, you're gonna get sued. I'm not trying to breach no contract. No, I'm good. I went down to Mexico by myself. I missed my weekend with my children, my two sons, Royal and Malachi, just to go down there because of the promised fight or exhibition with Floyd. Now, the contract that I signed specifically said you can't hurt him, you can't knock him out. Of course, I was gonna sign, but I was gonna do what I was gonna do. You know, you owe me, homie. Like, nah, I was gonna end you in an exhibition. I don't care. They weren't gonna pay me. Too bad. Keep it. Got the blood of the lamb in me, bro. I don't need your money. You're good. So here's the thing. I go down there, bro, and they told Floyd, "You're fighting a Mexican from Mexico that you should knock out fairly easily." Well, the Mexican arrived in Mexico City, and I'm in shape, bro, at the time. I had a three-piece suit on. Hey, I was looking spiffy, bro, by myself. I go down there, bro, and I, I see all of Floyd's team. And of course, I got kind of a big mouth sometimes. So I go, ladies, what's happening? What's it been? 13 years? 13, 14? Yeah, something like that. Hey, you ladies, do me a favor. Tell your dad I'm going to knock him out. Okay? See you soon. I walked away. Everyone's on their phone. Now the Mexicanos, the team from down there from Mexico, they're my friends now. They're like, what are you doing here? I was like, what do you mean? The contract says 12. I'm here. We don't want you here. Not right now. Why not? We're waiting for him. So I don't know, but I'm assuming that they were trying to get him to show up while I'm there at the same time. But the moment they all saw me and they heard and he saw me, dude was like, oh, no, we're not fighting him. Next thing you know, bro, they flew me home. They flew me home, and it was like a Tuesday night. So I got home, and then I received a lawsuit like the following week for 500 G's. And bro, I'm like, what? For what? Because I showed up, and because I was stomping on toes of pay-per-views and stuff like that. But it was a signed agreement between Floyd and I. So he said that he was gonna, if I don't fight as his co-main event in Mexico City, as his co-main event, that he's gonna sue me. This is 6 months later, bro. I hadn't been training. I've been in custody battles with my children. I've been trying to make a living. I've been trying to see what pops up next. Bro, I was struggling, man. Bad. But glory be to God, he didn't let me fall, man. So next thing you know, I'm looking at this 3 weeks before the fight, John Gotti versus Floyd. So I'm looking at this situation like, oh my gosh, if I don't show up to fight, I'm gonna get sued. They sent me 3 opponents, and they were trying to make it an actual war, an actual fight. I wasn't in shape for that, bro. You go watch that fight, bro. Hey, Andy Ruiz and I look the same. I love my tacos, dog. I wasn't playing, bro. But hey, man, at the end of the day, bro, I went down there and I told the young man, Correa, he's from Argentina, great guy, heck of a warrior, champion. I said, hey, hermanito, look, the bottom line is this. I'm not here for you. This war wasn't even for you, bro. This war was for that man. I said, but you're going to tell me in this exhibition what you want to do. The way you come out is the way we're going to fight. I'm not in shape to fight. But you know what? I'll throw hands, bro. We'll be 2 bloody fools if you want. The bottom line is this war was not for you. It was not intended for you. But you give me the pace and we'll follow. And sure enough, we went in there.
So I'm a little confused. So you were originally supposed to fight Floyd,
Yes.
but then they got scared, backed out, chickened out,
Mm-hmm.
flew you back home, and then tried to sue you
Yep.
for $500,000, and then you had to come.
Unless I go fight as his co-main event. And look how they did me. I got down to Mexico 3 weeks later. I wasn't in shape. Nah, dog. No way. They didn't have a locker room for me. Nothing. Floyd was just trying to make a mockery out of me, bro. And he did. He made this a little like what was it called? Sheets. Like 4 sheets to make me like a room. He took all the locker rooms, bro. We fought at it looked like the equivalency of a Staples Center here in America, down in Mexico City. We put over 24,000 people in attendance. Chavez Sr. was with me. Maromero Paez Sr. was with me. A lot of great people were by my side. They're like, but someone like Floyd, like he just very disrespectful, bro.
Well, he does a lot of those mental Ali tactics, right? Because Muhammad Ali was good at like kind of psychologically battling his opponents before they were even in the ring. And I think Floyd kind of always tries to do that, like mocking, like the Mexican fighters, like wearing the Mexican like sombrero and the colors and stuff like that. Or
I think it's more than that. I think he's discovered that that's a seller. Like he fights on Cinco de Mayo. He fights on September 16th. He fights on the Mexican holidays because it's what we Mexicanos like to watch.
yeah,
And I believe he's cracked that code where he knows what to wear, what to say, what to do to anger people, who to fight, who not to fight. You know what I mean? But for me, it's like, bro, you got nothing to win with me.
well, Floyd's interesting because um, in the beginning, like when I saw your fight with him, and I was like rooting for you the whole time. Um, he fights different. He's like a point fighter, right? So he's kind of whatever. So I was really never a fan of him, but then I understood what he does. Um, but then he became super successful, right? So people were just watching his fights to get him, to see him getting knocked out, right? He made all this tons of money, and from my understanding, this is hearsay. I don't know how much of it is true, but now he's broke. Like they're saying that he has no actual money, and he's
I don't
having to
know.
sell a lot of his properties.
I don't know if that's accurate, man, because he's made a lot of money, bro. I mean, but then again, look at the scandals with like someone like P Diddy, right? They signed a contract with the devil himself, 30 years, came to an end. What's happening now? Devil's coming back. Floyd's on that same path, maybe. I don't know. He's not a Jesus Christ believer. He's prophesying over on the other side down in Israel or something like that. I don't know. I just watch things, but I'm observant. I keep my distance. I don't say a whole lot. I think stuff just like anybody else. But I also have no filter if you ask me a question. Gets me in trouble.
Very honest, very
Right.
honest, man.
Ari.
um, I heard, again, hearsay that Floyd was going to fight Iron Mike now next
Oh,
or something like
goodness.
that. I'm like, why is this happening?
Leave Mike alone, bro.
I love Mike Tyson.
Me too,
Yeah,
bro. Mike's done his history, bro.
yeah.
Like he's done amazing, man. I don't care who says what. That's Mike, bro. Mike Tyson. Floyd, I'm right here, dog. I'm half Mike Tyson's age. Come on, dog. Let's get to popping right here, Papa. Of course,
Ooh,
man.
I would love that. Do you think he has the balls
Nah.
to step into the ring and do bare knuckle with you? Where
Oh
he can't,
no,
where
no,
he
no.
now he can't run.
Oh, bare knuckle, yeah,
Now he
right.
can escape. Now he's like right in front of you. Man, what would you do to him if
Oh,
you get the
I'll knock him out,
opportunity?
bro.
Knock him out.
Oh, I'll do like that's that song. Knock him out that fuck, Rick. Knock him out, Rick. It'd be easy work, bro.
No, if I were you,
Oh,
what I would do, I would.
and I'm just saying, and because you can grab a person in bare knuckle, you can collar tie him, uppercut, you can grab him, bro.
There's no running.
You could try to run, bro, but I'm very gente, you know.
Bare knuckle boxing is very much tied into the original origin of boxing. What it used to be when people used to
Yeah,
fight on the docks, right?
yes,
They
sir.
would like get on the line and then just go at it,
Go
right?
at it. Yep, that's exactly what it is,
And
bro. So,
and that's exactly what you would do to him.
oh yeah, bro, I would love to. And it's one of those things where and mind you, for anybody out there, I don't hate Floyd, man. And Floyd, I don't hate you, brother. Like, and I see Floyd, I say hi to him. I mean, for him to say hi to me, it's kind of like, oh, it's okay. But I don't know, man. People think, oh, I hate him or he hates me. Does he hate me? Maybe. I don't know, because he couldn't do what he wanted to do. Because if you notice, every clip in his career, right? They if they show something about me, it's usually like a second of him hitting me in the chin. That's it. They don't show clips. They'll show clips of cinnamon rolls. They'll show clips of Cotto. They'll show clips of Castillo, Maidana. They'll show clips, actual clips. They don't show nothing about me. He's like trying to keep me hidden.
Yeah, I noticed that because after your fight, like, it's kind of like I wouldn't watch like too much of like see you out there or whatever. I know you were supposed to fight him in Mexico City because we just talked about it.
Yeah.
But why didn't they give you an immediate rematch? Because Floyd himself said he could get that rematch, and I
He
was
can get
like,
it when he
yeah,
wants.
and I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
hell yeah, he's gonna come back and he'll kick your ass. But
Never,
it
he
never
never
happened.
did.
Why didn't it happen?
That I don't know, man. People are like, "Oh yeah, it's not that he's scared." Then what is it? I told him he could have all the money at the time. He can keep all of it. I said at the time, I actually said, "I just want that A." That's all I wanted. And I still do, but it's one of those things where after so many years of trying to get that rematch, I don't even care about it no more, man. It's not even if it came up, great. Is it gonna happen? Nope.
Yeah.
Why? You don't ask me that. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's not even to waste your time, waste your energy on that stuff. Nah, it's not even worth it, bro. But I'll just get ready and you know what? Stick to what God has opened for me now. And that's BKB. That's Dominic Salcido, you know, July 18th, and we're here, bro.
Oh, that's awesome, man. What's next after? I mean, I'm so. Let me ask you this question, and by any means do I not mean it like in a like negative or. But I want to ask you, what's next after retirement? I know you're not thinking about retiring anytime soon. I'm saying further along the line. What's your goal and aspiration
Well, you know what?
after when you're ready to kind of like let boxing kind of go?
You know what? That would be a conversation for my my church congregation, bro. With Pastor Steve, Pastor Tammy, we sit down and we figure that out because I don't just want to be this worldly guy, bro. George Foreman told me in 2006, he had a sermon for me in 2006. I fought in Houston, Texas, and a gentleman by the name of Bill, Mr. Bill from Top Rank, took me to the sermon. He goes, "Hey, Victor, you ready to go tonight?" I was like, "Where are we going, Bill?" "Well, I have a surprise for you." "Yes, sir." Picks me up. He takes me to a sermon that um, George Foreman did for me. He gave me his book, titled that he signed for me, to the next champion of the world, Victor Ortiz, from George Foreman. Um, I was like, whoa, that's a legend did that. And then he had a sermon based at the fact that I was fighting the next day. Weigh-ins, sermon, fight. And we were victorious that night. I fought a guy that was 9-0, 6 knockouts. I laid him out in the fourth round. He came to my room. I remember he put your money where your mouth is to me. And he betted purses against me. I knocked him out. We went face first. It's pretty nice. After the fight, I said, "Hey, you owe me some money, homie." He's like, "Oh." I was like, "I'm just kidding, dog. You can have it." Dog. But regardless, George really, I don't know if you instilled it in me or what, but it does say in the Bible, teach your children young, and when they're old, they will not depart from it. You know, so I don't know. George just left a big impact in me, and then he passed away. And I talked to Bill right away, and I said, "Bill, I'm sorry for your loss, and thank you for the great memories." And Bill, Bill's up there, bro. So I don't know, man. With this whole situation, I believe down the line when retirement does strike, when it's that time, when Jesus Christ says, "Ya, mijo, estuvo, mijo, you're done. Walk away. Let's go." Um, just serve my church, brother. I just leave it in God's hands and be the best dad that I can possibly be, the husband. Um, just treat people with the fruits of the spirit. So that's where I'm at, bro.
Well, that's awesome, man. You have an interesting story, man. I see like many great things, happening both inside of boxing, outside of boxing. You're a beautiful person, inside and out. I wish you nothing but the best, man. Thank
Thank
you
you,
for
brother.
coming on the show, man.
No, it's been a pleasure and a privilege, brother. And man, old Solomon back there, he's a beautiful person and he's got a biblical name, bro. He's a powerful man behind those cameras, bro. No, I appreciate your guys' time and just thank you for even thinking of me, man. And anytime, brother.
All right, that's gonna be the end of our episode. Do me a huge favor, right? And buy those tickets for the fight. It's gonna be at the Novo in downtown Los Angeles. And I want you to be with me watching this man kick some ass. We'll see you guys next time.